What's going on, everybody? Jonathan here, exercise specialist here at the Burke Fitness Center, here to share with you a very brief safety message. Now, before engaging in any sort of exercise activity, make sure that you follow up with your doctor to ensure that exercise is appropriate for you. Now, when working out at home, it's important that you heed to certain safety guidelines. That being, have an adequate amount of space around you. Make sure that you are working out on a firm and stable surface, that being hardwood or tiled floor. Try to avoid working out on a rug, as this can bunch up and lead to slipping or tripping. To that same effect, wear sneakers and try to avoid socks, sandals, or flip-flops. Have the right equipment around you as well. Have a water bottle close by. Have a chair close by. A chair can be used as an added base of support, or if you need to take a seat during the exercise. Also, dumbbells aren't always required, but if you want some sort of replacement to it, you can use cans of soup, a water bottle, a container of oil, or even a heavy booklet of some sort. Now, most importantly, listen to your body. If you experience any of the following symptoms, shortness of breath, dizziness, or rapid heartbeat, stop the workout, reassess, and determine whether or not it is safe to continue with the exercise. But above all, err on the side of caution. With that being said, enjoy your workout. What's going on, everybody? Jonathan here, exercise specialist here at the Burke Fitness Center. Welcome to Strength and Balance Level 3. The exercises in this class are meant to challenge your balance and muscular strength. Now, this class serves as a step up from Strength and Balance Level 2. If you haven't done that class, I encourage you to do that one first before starting this one. If you're here for more of a challenge, you will get that today. Moderate weights are required, or some sort of dumbbell replacement, as well as a resistance band. Also, have a chair nearby if you so need it. Now, without further ado, let us get started. We're gonna warm ourselves up with some chest openers. So you're gonna interlace your hands behind your head. And what you're gonna do is clamshell the elbows forward, and you're just gonna stretch it out like so. Bring your attention to your breathing, as always. Really awaken the body, awaken the joints by getting some blood flow to the muscles, to the working muscles. Okay, we're gonna do a few more here. Bring it in, bring it out, bring it in, and bring it out. Okay, now we're gonna do some lateral lat stretches. So with one hand on your hip, you're gonna extend the other hand above you and just reach to the other side. We're stretching out the lats here. Okay, you're gonna hold it for a pinch, come back in, and do the same thing on the other side. Now, this is supposed to be a gentle stretch, so I don't want you to overstretch or overreach. Just gonna do a few more here. We're moving, we're warming ourselves up. Okay, stretch it out. Good. Last one on this side. Good. Now we're going to move on to the lower body with some dynamic hamstring stretches. So you're going to extend one leg out, keep the other knees nice and soft, extend your arms, reach for the toes, go as far as you can without pain, and then come back up. And we're going to alternate to the other side. Same thing, reach for the toes, come back up. Remember to bring your attention to your breathing, as always, and make this a nice and easy movement without inducing any pain or discomfort. Good, a few more on each side. Reach for the toes, come back up, breathe out on the way up. Same thing, come down, reach for the toes, come back up. And we're gonna do some aerobic warm-ups before we start with the exercises. So we're just gonna march in place. Just gonna bring one foot up and alternate to the other side. We're just marching in place here. You wanna alternate hands, opposite hand, opposite knee. Get that knee nice and high. Also do this with a little bit of speed. And try not to linger at the top for too long here. Okay? Again, bring your attention to your breathing. I'm going to do a few more here. Another 10 seconds. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now we're going to start with the exercises. This portion of the video requires no weight at all. So what you're going to do is you're going to spread the feet to the side, and we're going to do something called a side lunge to high knee. So you're going to lunge to the side like so. Okay, keep the knee behind the toes, come up, and with focus, bring the knee up and the other hand up, come down into a side lunge, come back up into a high knee. Okay, you want to focus on your form. Bring it up and come to the side. If you want to modify this exercise to make it a little easier for yourself, take the high knee out of it and just come to a standing position. Come down. Good. Come down, knee behind the toes. Come up. We're going to do 2 more here. Good. Come up. Pace yourself, of course. Should feel a slight stretch in the other thigh. And good. Now we're going to do the other side. So, side lunge to the left side. Same principle here. Feet straight. Knees behind the toes. Come up to a high knee. Good. Like I said, you can modify this exercise by taking the high knee portion out of the exercise and just coming to a standing position. Good. You're going to do 2 more here. Good. Last puppy. Good. Now we're going to do a front lunge. So what I want you to do is come forward like you're starting to run and then come back. And then you're going to come forward with the opposite leg and come back. Almost like you're about to start running, but you just don't. You just get into the motion and then you come back. Foot forward, come back. Foot forward, come back. And really reach, okay? You can allow the heel on the back of the leg to come up if you like, if you want more distance in that lunge. But of course, focus on your breathing, focus on your center of gravity, pace yourself here. And of course, if you need to hold on to something for an added base of support, you can absolutely use the chair or a stable surface like a counter or a table. Okay, a few more here. Good. 1 more on the other side. And good. Now we're going to do something called tree pose. This is a pose done in yoga. What I want you to do is you can either put your hands together, doesn't matter to me, hands on your hips, whatever. You're going to put one leg up onto your leg and stand there. And we're going to hold it for about 10 to 15 seconds. Okay? Now, the higher the foot is on the leg, that's up to you, doesn't matter. If you want a little bit of help on this one, you can always bring the toes down and try your best to kind of take the foot off when you feel like you are strong in this pose. Okay? 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to do the opposite side. Tree pose on the other side. Okay? Focus. Find your center of gravity. Here, we're gonna hold it here. Breathe. In yoga, there's a term called dristi, where you focus on one spot, you keep your eyes fixated on that spot, and it helps you find your center, find your chi, and it helps you to keep your balance and maintain your stability. So that's what we're doing here, focusing on our stability. Okay. Very good. So that was the tree pose. Now what we're going to do is we're going to march, but we're going to march with some distance. So in here, I have enough adequate distance for me to march, but if you don't have the distance to move from side to side, you can just do it in place. And I'm going to demonstrate what this looks like. We're going to march, and when we come up, we are going to get into a calf raise. Get into a calf raise. Come to the edge of the room, and we're going to get into a calf raise as we march in place. Turn around, do the same thing. Up to the sky, do a calf raise, and come down. Turn around, we're going to keep going. Come up and come down. Now, if you don't have as much space in your house, you can just do this in place like so. Kind of like the marching in place we did at the beginning of the video. Okay, I'm going to keep traveling. I got places to go, people to see. Good. Calves are very important for stability and balance. They are working day in and day out while we stand on our feet. Okay, this will be the last one. Good. Now, we are going to end this portion with one last exercise called airplanes. Now, this would be a good time to find a stable surface like your chair. I'm going to bring this forward. And what you're going to do is holding onto the chair. Leg closest to the chair comes into a high knee, and the other hand comes up like so. And you're going to bend over and reach and do some airplanes here. These are some advanced balance activities for those who feel that they're stable on their feet and need more of a challenge to improve their balance or maintain their balance. Of course, if you wanted to, you can take your hand off of that stable surface and try your best to maintain your balance as you navigate through these positions here. So you're out, coming up, and coming down. Notice how my foot is working. Notice how my ankles are moving. This means that my muscles are working. They're working to keep me upright, and they're learning. They are learning how to keep me balanced on an unstable position. Okay, so we're going to do the other side here. Other side, other leg. Leg closest to the chair or the surface comes up. Other hand comes up, and we are going to extend just like so. Come back up, extend just like so. Come back up. Good. Extend. And up. Extend. And up. I took my hand off the chair because I feel comfortable enough to do this, confident in my abilities. And if you feel yourself losing your balance, feel free to reset your balance by placing your hand on that stable surface. I'm going to do a few more here. Okay, and last, airplane. Good. Very good. That's it for the first portion of the video, which required no weight. Now would be a good time to grab your dumbbells or some sort of dumbbell replacement to engage in the next level of this workout. Okay, now, welcome to the dumbbell portion of this class. I have here some moderately challenging dumbbells for you at home. It could be any sort of dumbbell replacement, such as cans of soup, container of oil, or water bottles. Now, the first exercise we're going to do are called stiff leg deadlifts. Just like the name suggests, we're going to keep our legs stiff, keep the dumbbells in front of us, and we're going to shoot the hips back and bring the dumbbells down. And we're going to come up like so. Shoot the hips back, dumbbells down, and come up. As you drop the dumbbells down, you're going to feel a slight tug in the hamstrings. I want you to go as far as you can without pain. Come back up. Squeeze the glutes at the top. Come down, shoulders back, back straight, hips back, knees slightly bent but not too bent. You're going to come up. We're going to do a few more of those. Dumbbells down. Dumbbells nice and close to you. You're going to come up like so. A few more here. Remember to bring your attention to your breathing. As you stand up, as you rise, you're breathing out. Breathe in. Come up. Breathe out. About 3 more here. Come down. Come up. Come down, dumbbells close to you, hips back, shoulders back. Come up. You want to avoid rounding your back. And good. Those are stiff leg deadlifts. Now we're going to do shoulder press, but with a little bit of a monkey wrench. So you're going to bring the dumbbells close to you, just like so. Feet shoulder width apart. And you're going to lift them, bring it up to the sky, but as you lift them, I want you to rotate your body and face the opposite wall. Come down, lift the dumbbells to the sky, rotate the body, and come back down. Lift it up to the sky, rotate the body, come back down. Of course, you can modify any of these exercises by taking the dumbbells out and just lifting your hands to the sky and working on the movement. Come down. Come up. Breathe out on the way up. We're about halfway through. Same thing on the opposite side. Good. Notice how my feet are not moving. They're staying parallel, but my torso is rotating. A few more here. Good. And last one. Good. All right. Now, we're going to let go of one dumbbell and we're going to bring one dumbbell close to our bodies like so. Just like we did in Strength and Balance 2, this is a squat. You're going to hold it close to you. Feet shoulder width apart. Turn the toes out slightly and you're going to come down, hips back, knees over the toes. Chest up, keep your form, come down, chest up, look straight, come up. Allow the knees to track forward and the hips to shoot back at the same time. It's going to require a little bit of coordination and practice. Good. You want to always avoid putting too much weight on your toes, but keeping your weight on your heels and your toes. Keep the heels down, shoot the hips back, knees forward. And of course, you can modify this exercise by doing this from a chair or not going as low or taking the weight out of the equation. Okay, we're about halfway through. A few more here. Breathe out on the way up. This is really important for balance because we are working on our glutes. Our glutes are also working very hard to keep our balance and keep our stability as we walk, as we go from stable surface to unstable surface. About 2 more. 9, and 10. Very good. Now for the next exercise, it's called a crane lunge. So, dumbbell in one hand, same side, leg comes back. Opposite side leg comes back. What you're going to do is get into a high knee and do a bicep curl. Come back down, high knee, bicep curl. Opposite side, opposite leg. Keep your stability. You can modify this exercise by taking the weight out of the equation or by holding onto a chair. Come back down, come back up, bring your attention to your breathing. Good. Come back up, take this nice and slow. Listen to your body. Good. Come back down, come back up. We're going to do a few more here, and then we're going to switch to the other side. Come back up. Last one here. Good. Okay, now we're going to be doing the crane lunge on the opposite side. So, opposite leg, opposite arm, hand on the chair. What you're going to do is you're going to bring the leg closer to the chair back, and you're going to go into a high knee and do a bicep curl. You're going to do 8 of these. 2, 3. If you feel confident in your abilities, you can take your hand off of the chair. 6, 2 more here. 7 and 8. Okay, good. That's it for the crane lunge. Now we're going to do an exercise called tandem taps. Take your other dumbbell or dumbbell replacement, put them in both hands. If you want to modify this exercise and make it easier for yourself, you can always put the dumbbells down, take the weight away, or hold onto a chair. What you're going to do is put one foot in front of the other. I'm going to put my left behind my right, and what you're going to do is whip the leg forward, tap, and then bring that same leg back. So you're not traveling. You're just shifting your weight here. 2. We're going to get to 8 of these because we got to do the same thing on the other side. Good. Make sure you focus on your center of gravity because this exercise challenges your balance. A few more here. 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7. And last one, 8, 8. Very good. Now from here, what you're going to do is you're going to put the opposite leg in front, right leg behind. You're going to do the same thing. We're going to do 8 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and last puppy, 8. Okay, very good, guys. That's it for the dumbbell portion of the exercise video. What we're going to do now is grab our resistance bands. I have here a moderately tight resistance band, a tube resistance band to be exact. And we're going to start off with some squats. What you're going to do is you're going to put both feet on the resistance band, and you're going to pull the handles so they are nice and racked in front of your body, just like so. Okay? And from here, you're going to focus on your form. You're going to come down as low as you can without pain, and come up. Come down. Come up. I have here both feet on the resistance band. If this is too tight for you, you can either use a lighter resistance band, or instead of both feet, put one foot on. Okay, we're about halfway through. Come down. Remember to focus on your posture, focus on your form. Chest up, hips back, toes down, heels down. I am focusing on my breathing, and I'm coming up. Come down, nice and slow. Come up. Pace yourself. And if you want to modify this exercise, you can always take the resistance band away. 2 more here. 9. Whew, last one. And 10. Good. We're going to keep the resistance band in this racked position, and we're going to do an exercise called monster walks. You're going to get into a mini squat, just kind of bend down a little bit, and we're going to walk from side to side. We're going to keep the feet wide, and we're going to walk from side to side. Keep the chest up. Look straight, preferably. Watch where you're going, of course. Go to the edge of the room, and go to the other side of the room. Breathe through it. Good. Take this nice and slow, just as slow as I am. Again, if you want to modify this exercise, you can do this without the resistance band. Keep the feet wide and away from each other. Focus on your balance, focus on your posture. You're going to get to the edge of the room here. If you don't have that much space, you can just kind of walk from side to side like this. We're going to keep going here. Focus, focus, and very good. Okay, that's it for monster walks. Those are a killer, aren't they? Now we're going to do tricep kickbacks. So same thing, you're going to put both feet down on the resistance band. You're going to grab the resistance band like so. Okay, hand off the handle, but you're going to grab it so you can make a fist. You're going to straighten your back out, shoulders back, tuck the elbows in, and from here you are going to extend the arms back like so. Straight bend. Notice how my elbows don't move. I'm just flexing and extending my elbows. Bring it back like so. We're going to do 5 more here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. That's it for tricep kickbacks. Now what we're going to do are called chest press with a reverse lunge. So a little bit of a funky exercise here. What we're going to do is we're going to keep the handles close to our bodies like so. We are going to get into a reverse lunge, but we're also going to punch forward. And we're going to bring it in. And we're going to do that continuously. So we're going to do that at the same time. You can do this without resistance bands if this is too much of a challenge for you. Okay? And use either light weights like cans of soup or some sort of dumbbell replacement. You are focusing on keeping your posture and keeping your balance. Now we don't have to do the other leg because that exercise is the same. That exercise focuses more on upper body stability than it does on lower body stability. Okay, we're going to do 2 more here. 9, and last one. 10. Good. Now, last one for this portion and last exercise for today. What we're going to do is stand up nice and tall, shoulders back. The resistance band is underneath one foot. You're going to come out to the side, raise the shoulders, and then you're going to go up in front. Okay? So we're going to go 2, 2, 3, 3. Keep the chest up, shoulders back, arms straight. Of course, if this is too much of a challenge with the resistance bands, then you can use your dumbbells or dumbbell replacement, or take the weight away altogether. Good. We're going to do a few more here. I'm getting tired. Okay. Breathe. And last one on each side, to the side and forward. Whew. Good job. That's it for that exercise. That's it for the whole class. Now we're going to do some stretching, okay? Now we're going to start off with stretching our hamstrings. We are going to put one foot in front, and what I want you to do is reach for the toes here. Reach for the toes. You can do this seated like we demonstrated in Strength and Balance Level 2, or you can do it standing just like this. Now you feel a slight tug in the hamstrings, but not too painful. You're going to reach for the toes, hold it here for at least 10 to 15 seconds, and then you're going to come up, breathe on the way up. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Give the other hamstring some love. Going to bring the toes up, and we're going to reach for the toes here. Slight tug in the hamstrings. Breathe. Very good. Now we're going to do a tricep stretch. So all we're going to do is bring the arm across our body, tug on the elbow, and we're going to stretch out the triceps and the shoulders. Breathe through it. Hold this for at least 10 to 15 seconds. Okay, and let's bring it to the other side here. Same thing, bring your attention to your breathing. Give your body some love, you just worked it out. This is a tough exercise class. Okay, good. Now we're gonna get on the floor. And I encourage you to either have a yoga mat available or do this on your bed. Okay, this yoga mat just magically appeared, and what you're going to do is kneel down, and we're going to do a quadricep stretch. You're going to get into a kneeling position here, 90 degrees in your front knee, 90 degrees in the back knee. Keep your body nice and straight, and what you're going to do is sink the hips forward until you feel a stretch in the the quadriceps on the back leg. You're going to push the hips forward, and same principle here. Hold this for at least 10 to 15 seconds. And you don't want a painful stretch. You just want it to be a gentle tug, so much so that you feel that the quadriceps are getting enough of a stretch. Good. Okay, that's it for the right side, and now we're going to do the same thing respectively on the other side. So we're going to get into another kneel here, the opposite side. We are going to remember our form here, 90 degrees in our knees, in our hips. And what you're gonna do is sink the hips forward. You might feel one side is tighter than the other. That's perfectly fine. That's why it's important to do both sides. Give each side attention, the attention that it needs. Sink the hips forward so you feel a nice, deep stretch in the quadriceps. Okay, and from here, for the last stretch for today, we're going to do a low back stretch. In other words, a child's pose. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into all fours here. This is also a yoga pose. And we're going to stretch out the lower back by sinking the hips back, keeping the knees wide, and reaching the hands forward, just like so. And you can let the toes flat on the floor as opposed to curling them down. It gives you a little bit more range of motion in your hips here. And you're going to feel a stretch in your lower back, your lats, which are your upper back, your sides. And you're going to breathe into it. You adjust this exercise as needed, which means that if you have any pain in your shoulders, you can always bring the elbows in and do the same thing with a bent elbow position. You're going to hold this for a decent amount of time here. This actually feels pretty good, so you can hold this for as long as you like. And good. All right. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. That was Strength and Balance Level 3, a step up from Strength and Balance Level 2. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to email us at burkefitness@burk.org. Thank you again. I'm Jonathan, exercise specialist here at the Burke Fitness Center. Have a good one.